Hey witches, mystics, manifestors, and people who just like tarot. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I'm Ray Luna. For today's tarot reading, we are looking at what is coming towards you in December or the next 30 days ahead from when you're watching this. For the selection here, we have some candy canes. For group number 1, we have this pink candy cane. For group number 2, we have the red and green candy cane. And for group number 3, we have a blue candy cane. So take your time and choose which one's calling out to you the most. And when you're ready, head to the description or comment section to click on the correlating timestamp to receive your reading. And as always, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy this reading. Hey group number 1, welcome to your reading. So you chose the pink candy cane here, and I forgot to mention, if you stay tuned until the end of the reading, I'm going to pull some charms as well. But you have some really nice cards here. We have the Ace of Pentacles, the Star, the Ace of Cups, and the 10 of Pentacles. So I feel like December is going to be a month for you where you're either getting some clarity on the direction you want to go next for your career and money. So this could be like having better goals, like more clear goals on what to do. So instead of just being like, I want to save money, you're going to say, I want to save $1,000. So you're going to become more clear on what your financial goals are. And if this is something where it's like a particular job, maybe you're going to be very clear on what you want your next job to have. You want your next job to pay you a living wage, of course. You want your next job to have a boss that treats you decently. You want a job that matches your schedule and the hours you want. Like, you might be becoming more specific and more clear on what exactly it is that you want and desire. And I think that's going to give you a positive result, but also your life in general. You're going to be feeling a lot better because of this area improving, because your mindset's improving, or the situation itself. I see as well with the Ace of Pentacles and the Star, that could be hope or renewal with a job opportunity. You could get a job at the last second when you least expect it, or you could get a job that's giving you hope and offering you a lot more than you were previously getting, or getting some sort of lifeline in December that just makes things easier, helpful. Some of you guys could also receive help from other people, because the hand's holding a pentacle like this, like someone offering you something that gives you hope and some refreshment to be like, okay, things can be better, things can be good. And with the Ace of Cups, that's also an improvement of your emotional state, emotional fulfillment. So I do see a lot happening for finances and job that is uplifting you and making you feel like, okay, I have more hope, or okay, I don't have to worry about that. I can rest a little bit more and things will be okay. This also could be a message too, like if you've been unemployed for some time, have hope and faith that you can get a job again. You're not the only person ever, right, to be unemployed. A lot of people are going through that. A lot of people struggle with that. So don't think of yourself less either. If you are going through something like this in December where you don't have those opportunities yet, keep going. You're going to get something eventually. That's just a message of hope and renewal from the universe. If you are currently struggling in these areas, keep going on, keep continuing. Things can turn around. They will turn around. I also feel like this month you could be taking a step back in general just to reflect and see what you have done, what you have worked on this year, because, you know, December is the last month of the year. So you could be reflecting a lot on things that have changed, things that have improved. And I do think you're going to have some sort of relief, not only with what I just mentioned, but I think you're going to be having relief towards yourself. Like, you could be less strict with yourself, or you could be seeing how you dropped maybe some bad addictions you had. Maybe you dropped something that wasn't working for you, like a person treating you badly, so you don't interact with them as much. Or you try to change the situation to improve it, depending on, you know, how you can interact with that person. Are they willing to listen? Are they not? So there could be something here where it's like you're reflecting and proud of how you changed a situation or how you walked away from something. So I think you're reflecting a lot and realizing, wow, I have a lot to be hopeful and happy for. And the Ace of Cups as well, with 2 aces, you have a lot of new energy in December. So I think you're preparing for what you want to do next. And I do think your finances are relating a lot to your emotional state. So you're finding a way to balance this out. So if you're in a lack, you're not letting it affect your self-esteem. If you're in abundance, you're holding that abundance and being careful with it so you don't waste it for when times could get tough. Like you're being very smart. Either which way, you're finding a balance. I also really like the Ten of Pentacles that talks about, family, legacy, wealth, abundance, feeling support in some way related to finances, family. So there could be new emotions too with family. So maybe some of you guys are going to be spending the holidays with your family, enjoying that time, and that gives you hope. Or this could be feeling abundance of your safety, your security, feeling emotionally happy with yourself and the people around you. This also could be feeling more emotionally connected to those that you care about. Maybe you're going to be spending some time with those people in December, and there could be new opportunities there financially. Maybe you have family members that introduce you to something or give you a connection for a new job. Or this also could just be a new emotional state related to spending time with friends and family that you care about and feeling really good with that, needing that break, right? You might be like, oh, I really needed to hang out with these people. I really needed to take this break. This also could be something that happens as well. I also think you could be really happy with your progress. And as I said, getting more clear on what you want. There's something about being more clear that's going to give you more progress towards wealth and abundance and being more happy overall. So that's really good to see here. So I'm going to put down some oracle cards and see what else comes out. Okay, with these oracle cards here, we have strength, stability in this hour, endurance, stamina, I empower. Then we have health, Mother Earth, sweet, Mother Earth, bright, bring to me your health and might. And then with this cat card here, you are in charge of your actions, truth. So I also feel like this December, you're having an improvement with your finances, your emotions. This could even be like romantic relationships as well. You are having a lot of improvements because you're willing to see the truth. You're willing to see things as they are. And when you see something as it is in its true state, that's when you can make changes, right? You can make changes and make it so how you are envisioning it. It might not be there yet, but we can make it like that, right? So you're very much so looking at things head on, and something about this is like, okay, refreshing, because the star card, you're going to be refreshed with how instead of hiding from things, instead of running from things, instead of wishing things to be a certain way, you're just letting it be as it is. And then you're starting to have more ideas on how you can fix it because, well, you're just seeing how it really is. Like, how can you fix a problem if you don't realize there is one? So there's something like this in December for you where you're just looking at things head on and figuring out, okay, how can I improve this so I can have more strength, so I can have better health, right? Getting rid of stressful situations, or even reflecting on too how other people might react to something to improve their health or improve their strength too. So you could be seeing the truth of other people's as well as yourself. But it feels positive. It doesn't feel like a negative situation. It feels like people are positively moving forward. I also feel like you could have moments in December where you're focusing on building up your strength. Some of you guys could be maybe having a New Year's resolution and you're starting it early by going to the gym or lifting weights, saying, hey, I don't want to be weak. I want to be strong. I want to start lifting. I want to start exercising or doing something like that. That could also improve your mental health because you're having that rush of doing something new or working towards a goal, which makes you feel a lot more happy, having something to fulfill. I also feel like if you guys have like health issues, this could be like finding balance and the strength to find a way that works for you, like realizing the truth of your limitation, but then finding an effective way to move forward so your life isn't completely held back. So like, for instance, I have chronic migraines, right? So like a lot of times I could have hours or even days I have a migraine. I can't do a lot. I have to be in a dark room. It sometimes affects my speech. I can't speak properly. Sometimes that's in the readings too, right? I'll have a migraine, but I'm not speaking clearly. So the way I move around that is obviously I have medication and stuff like that to manage it, but then I'll do yoga too. That can help. I try to do stuff to limit stress. And then I try to balance things out in a way where it's like, okay, if I have a headache this day, can I do it the next day? Like, is there a way I can make a schedule around that issue? So like you could be doing something like that with your health issues where you're finding a schedule or a way to make things better for you so it's not holding you back as much. Just as I said, like with my migraines, you could have a health issue like that and you're figuring out a way to move around it. So even if it affects you, that's the truth of the situation, but you're not letting it hold you back. You're finding a way anyway. So that's also really cool and uplifting. A lot of hope, okay? I keep coming back to that star card. So I feel like there's a hope improving in your situation no matter what you're dealing with. So I'm happy for you guys. I love to see that. Don't like to deliver, negative messages. So that's great. Okay, so we have some charms. I'm going to pull some for you guys and see what else you can be expecting for your December or the next 30 days. Okay. So right here we have this clothespin. So I do think this is finding a way to get rid of things that are annoying, because when I think of a clothespin, I think of like playing with them when I was a little kid, and you would open them and like put them on your skin like this, like, ow, okay, it's pinching you. So that makes me think of something annoying. So you could be finding out ways to get rid of the things that annoy you, that give you headaches. And hey, I mentioned migraines too. So like, yeah, finding ways to get rid of migraines or maneuver around things that annoy you. Then we have the web. A web is like building and creating your own destiny, like a spider weaves its own web. You're going to be figuring out ways you can add to your life, add to your home. The spider using the web to hunt and get its meal. You're figuring out something for yourself to, get your money up, improve your job situation, find out more clearly your career goals. So that's also something I see. And I believe this is a bat. So bats use echolocation. They're blind, right? So they'll use their echolocation and the use of vibration to figure out where they are, where things are in front of them. So you could be going into a situation that requires you to use something creative because you might not have all the information. You might be going into a situation blind, right? So you're going to find a way, like the bat uses echolocation to move forward. You're going to find a creative way to move forward, even though you might be blind with something, but you're going to be successful with it, move forward successfully. Then we have the tree. It's funny, the tree also can relate to health, right? So planting roots, becoming stronger, finding balance. So I think you're going to be finding ways to become more stable and secure with yourself, your environment, being more comfortable overall. It's funny too, we have the turkey. So it makes me think of like Thanksgiving, things that you're grateful for. So you could be thinking of writing a grateful list, like, oh, I'm grateful for my cat. I'm grateful I have food and water. I'm grateful for the sun being out today, like, stuff like that. So you could do something like that to improve your mindset or feel more comfortable. Sometimes it can help you feel better, or if you feel like you don't have, good things happening, that can help you feel a lot better. Then we have the mermaid. So that also makes me think of, Ariel, the little mermaid, right? She has to find her voice after she gave away her voice to Ursula, right? So you could be doing something where you're becoming more confident with speaking up and finding your voice. Also, singing could be important for you. Maybe you should sing in December. Maybe you're going to be happy when you sing. And lastly here, we have, I believe this is Scorpio. Yes, Scorpio. So passionate. There could be things you feel passionate about coming up in December, or you should focus on things you're passionate about. So one of those things could be something to do with your voice, like singing, could even be writing, or just becoming more clear. As I said, that could be something you're becoming more clear on the path forward for yourself. Also, Scorpio too can be like releasing negativity, releasing things holding you back. And as I picked up, lots of hope coming in. So I feel like there could be a way you're figuring out how to be more positive and not let things hold you back, even if it's a real limitation, right? Like it doesn't mean you're imagining that or just being negative. You could have something that's very valid to feel negative about, but you're going to find a way to overcome it anyway. So that's awesome. That was your reading, group number 1. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you thought about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I hope your month is great, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Hey, group number 2, welcome to your reading. We have the red and green candy cane you chose, and with your cards here, we have the King of Swords, King of Pentacles, the Chariot, and 10 of Swords. And also, I forgot to mention in the intro, we are pulling some charms at the end, so stay tuned if you want to see that. The first thing I see here is you have 2 kings. So this December, you could be really focused on being productive, hitting your goals, being very action-oriented, right? Because kings can talk about masculine energy as in like just taking action and wanting things to move in some way. So I do see you doing a lot. You could be busy. Something that's interesting is with the King of Swords here. This card often makes me think of the philosophy of stoicism or being stoic. So that means like not being super reactive to things that happen and kind of remaining calm, collected, and only focusing on, you know, the things you can change, right? Being less reactive. So that could be something to look into outside of this reading that could help you. Maybe some books on that. Or there's a lot of people I see on YouTube talk about that. But yeah, it's just about like remaining calm and collective and not being reactive. So that could be important for you in December. It could be like people or the situation itself is looking for a reaction from you. But if you're very explosive or if you're very emotional, not that you can't have emotions, of course, but like if it's very sudden or a lot, it could confuse you or make things a little bit harder for you. So this is just saying from the universe, a message is try to remain calm and collected this month, no matter what happens. Try to think, you know, when there's a will, there's a way. I'll figure it out. What can I do to change it? What can I do to react to something, even if I didn't choose the stimulus? Whatever happens, you can choose how you react. So this is saying that's going to be important this month. And I do think you guys should be proud of yourself too, as a message of encouragement here, because with 2 kings, you really are taking things seriously. You could be stepping up into a leadership role, taking more responsibility over your life, maybe other people's lives as well. Like if you have children, helping them, other family members, friends, like you could be doing a lot for people. So this is saying with more responsibility though, it can be tiring. So let yourself have those moments where you give yourself a break or you let yourself process things in a calm way to not scare yourself, because it's like, it makes me think of, let's say you lose your keys, right, to your car and you have to go. You're going to be late. Instead of panicking like, oh my God, where's my keys, looking everywhere? Take a deep breath. Even if you're going to be late, take a deep breath and pause. Because sometimes when we act that crazy, it makes it so it takes us longer to find the keys. And then we figure out the keys were in my pocket all along. And if I was calm and just looked there first, before thinking they're completely lost, it would have saved that whole situation from happening. It would have saved you time anyway. So there's something like that. I keep coming back to this. So yes, I also see here too, with the King of Pentacles and the Chariot, it's like you're focusing on many endeavors that you hope will lead you to success. You're focusing on many things because you're trying to get to that future that you want. You're trying to get to where you need to be. I do, though, see a little hiccup here, because with the 10 of Swords, sometimes that indicates some sort of situation where it's like, okay, we lose what we wanted to happen, or we don't get the opportunity, we don't get that job, or we don't have something work out. But because the cards here are very positive and they're talking about taking control, taking charge, I also think this could be taking charge of things in your life that aren't working, fixing situations that you felt were lost causes, or you thought, oh my God, this is so horrible, how can this ever improve? You're figuring out a way to do that. you're figuring out a way to fix things that weren't working. So this is positive in this sense, but this also could be next to the Chariot. There could be something you're trying to move forward with, that there could be some sort of delay or some sort of halt with something. But I do think this is something that will eventually resolve, but maybe not in December, okay? Like there could be something that happens that's a little bit of a halt to your forward moving progress. And then sometime later on, it won't be a blockage, but it could be for this month. So that's another reason why this stoicism message could be coming up, because it's saying like, don't freak out about this thing not working, halting some progress, because maybe this is needed. Maybe there's something else you have to focus on and it's just a redirection, okay? So don't think this is all negative, but obviously no one wants to hear their progress could be halted in some way. But try to find a way to use the time you're given to react to the situation in a way where it's going to give back to you instead of just be annoying or a disappointment, okay? So I'm going to pull some more cards, some oracle cards, and see what else is going to come your way in December or the next 30 days. Okay, with these cards here, we have victory, I shall celebrate, and I shall rise. I will let victory make me wise. Study, let my mind be clear and strong. Let me study well and long. And then with this cat card here, it says prioritize a good night's sleep, rest. So yes, this is very interesting because like I said, there could be some sort of delay or you're figuring out a way to overcome previous challenges. So in that case, that might not be for you. But if this is something that happens in December, you're still going to find a way to victory, but it still could be upsetting, okay? But I do see you guys moving towards success, even if there's delays, and any delay could be used to fuel more research. Maybe there's something you have to check again. And the universe is like, hey, this is my way of getting you to do that. I also see this month too, it's like, we see here this girl, she's reading the book, and it kind of makes me think of someone maybe in a cozy chair, or, you know, like I'm someone, I'll sit on my bed and go on the laptop because that helps me be cozy but still do work, right? So maybe there's something like that where you're cozy but still working. You're figuring out a way to move forward but still be resting in some way. So that is also something that could be interesting to you, like figuring out a way you can work smart and comfortable instead of just being like stress, right? I also feel here it says rest. So yes, you're taking on a lot of responsibilities, but you do need to prioritize yourself and make sure you sleep every night, because if you don't sleep every night, how are you going to be properly productive? Your work's going to suffer. So this is also saying, yes, you're in the right mindset, okay? But don't hurt yourself, okay? Don't be too crazy, because you deserve some sort of break as well. And that's going to make it more optimal, make it so you have more success. Maybe this pause too, it could be happening if you guys are too fast moving, too reactive in some way. Maybe that's happening to this halt because you're meant to rest for a while. The universe is like, hey, stop, go to sleep, do something else. But yes, overall, very positive energy. I also think you could be receiving a victory related to school for my students here. If you're, whether it's like, high school, college, doesn't matter what you're doing, you're learning something for fun. You could have a victory related to your schooling. This also could be like receiving a scholarship too, right? Like your hard work of studying and writing a paper to receive a scholarship. Maybe some of you guys get something like that. Okay, so I'm going to pull some charms and see what else lastly wants to come through for you guys. Okay. Oh, we have the turkey again. So this came out for group number 1. So this is like one way you can help yourself as writing a grateful list. 10 things you're grateful for. So if it was me, I might think like, oh, I'm grateful for my cat. I'm grateful for my YouTube channel. I'm grateful for my subscribers watching me. I'm grateful for you guys. Like that's something I appreciate, right? So you guys can write something like that of the things in your life you like, because it can really help you, especially if you're in a low place, or hey, if something does get halted, that's something you can use to pick yourself up and realize, hey, what is working, right? And then what do we have here? Intuitive. So Pisces, your emotions can be important. As I said, like not letting your emotions get the best of you. Of course, feel them, but don't let your emotions dictate everything in your life, because you might have issues this month if you do that. Maybe something creative, because Pisces is creative, is genuine. Maybe you have to connect with something that makes you feel creative and genuine. This could be like listening to your favorite music artist, right? Watching movies you really like, drawing, whatever it is you like to do to connect the things creatively. Maybe you're supposed to do that this month. And then the spider web, we also had this in group number 1. This is like weaving a web, creating your own destiny, working on where you're at home, right? Like making sure things in your space are correctly aligned with you. Like if you don't like a chair in your house, throw that away. It's your web. You can change your house however you like, or your space, right? Okay, and what's this one here? Oh, a unicorn. So a unicorn too is like, you guys could be celebrating your uniqueness in some way, how you're a unicorn. This also makes me think of, as someone who works in marketing, there's something called a unicorn company where it's valued at like, billions of dollars when it first is, starting up, right? So there's something about you that's like a unicorn company. You're very different, unique, getting tons of value before you're even trying to do that, right? So there's something like that that's important. This also could be a message of having more magic in your life, finding things that make you feel like, wow, this is a miracle, or this is magical to me. That makes me think, wow, this is so cool. So this could be like looking up at the stars and seeing how beautiful they are, something interesting to you. What's magic to you? This could be important in December. And this is like cogs, right? Making a clock work. So you could be worried about the time. Sometimes things don't work out for a reason, and sometimes, hey, you're in the right place at the right time and you get something instantly. So this is saying allow time to do its job and allow things to flow the way it's supposed to. And then we have number 5, right? Like a perfume. So you guys could be maybe getting a gift of perfume. Someone's giving you that. This also makes me think of something luxurious, right? Because some perfumes are really expensive. So you could be treating yourself in some way as a form of rest, like getting yourself a little gift, something you really like. Self-care, because a lot of people focus on fragrances. It makes them feel like pretty or handsome or whatever. So you could be doing something like that to make yourself feel good, like buying a new fragrance, buying something like that that makes you feel good. And this charm here, for some reason, it makes me think of like California or like hippies. And I'm not saying that in like a hateful way or anything. So maybe there's something like you have to be more peaceful with, like a hippie, right? Like just chill vibes, right? You have to be more chill with stuff. Also, some of you guys, maybe you're from California, you're traveling there, you get a gift from a friend who lives in California, or maybe you're watching something and like it being from California, or there's some sort of item, it's made there. That could be important as well. And then we have lastly here, the star. You're a star, right? You have value, you have power. There's something about you that stands out too with unicorn and star. So you could be getting some attention too, more attention. This could be like more suitors, more people wanting to take you out on a date. Having more of your friends message you to hang out the weekend time, right? So that was your messages, group number 2. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you thought about the reading in the comments. I always like to read the comments, even if I don't get to reply. I hope you liked it, like the video, subscribe. I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye. Hey, group number 3, welcome to your reading. So you chose the blue candy cane, and with your cards here, we have the 9 of Cups, 2 of Wands, Death, and King of Cups. Oh, and before I start the reading, I just want to say I have some charms I'm going to pull towards the end, so make sure you stay tuned for that if you're interested. But with the 9 of Cups here, I really love to see this card in your reading. It's one of my favorite because anytime I see this, it's like, okay, confirmation, your wish is going to come true. things are going to work out. You're going to be happy with the outcome, right? So there could be something in December that is like a wish come true. You were really wanting this to happen. You were really expecting this to happen. And now it's like, hey, it's here. So with the Two of Wands next to the Nine of Cups, it makes me think of something you've been trying to plan, maybe something you've been trying to manifest and bring into fruition in your life is finally happening. Something you've been planning for a while, something you've been thinking about. This isn't something, you thought of yesterday. You've been thinking about this for a while in the planning phase. Maybe there was some sort of block and you're manifesting a way for this block to end so that you can move forward and finally have that goal and dream come true. I also feel here too, you could be feeling really self-satisfied in December. You could be feeling proud of yourself and all the work you have done. You could be feeling good about your appearance and being like, hey, yeah, I know I look good. Or there's something like that, like you're feeling confident and really good about aspects that are related to yourself and what you have done. I also see with the Two of Wands, because December is the last month of the year, you guys could be excited and already planning what you want to do for the next one. Are you doing like the grapes under the table, right? You eat like 12 grapes under the table to manifest what you want. Or there's the bay leaf burning too as well. Like you burn bay leaves for your wishes. You could be doing something like manifesting miracles or trying to do something like that. Because I keep picking up you trying to manifest something. But you're already planning for the next year. And you could be writing things down on what you want to bring to your life. So I think you're going to have luck by being proactive and not just writing and visualizing things and doing those fun rituals. You could be starting ahead early on what you want to bring next into your life. Like you could be taking action already. Like if you want to exercise, you could be already going to the gym, not waiting till New Year's, you're already doing that. Or if you want to get good at cooking, you could already start looking up those recipes now and trying them out. So there's something like that you're already doing, and that's great. I think with this attitude too, that could be why as well. Like you're being confident enough to trust yourself to do the actions now and not wait for a date to say, hey, I can do it now. Like you're giving yourself permission. You're not waiting for a date or another time period to give you the permission so you feel comfortable to do so. You're doing that yourself. Because sometimes people, they need those outside pushes to do so, but you're pushing yourself. With Death here and the King of Cups, I think this is also talking about changes that you want. So sometimes with Death, I feel like this card, people kind of view it as like, oh no, something's ending. But this to me feels like, yes, something's ending, finally. Change can be really good. And sometimes we need outside change to happen in order to move forward. So I think there's some sort of end or something's ending in December, right? So that you can move forward finally. An ending of blocks, an ending of limitations, feeling more confident. So if you've been feeling like depressed about your appearance or you've been feeling depressed about not having the right people in your life, this stuff's ending, right? The circumstances that cause this to happen, whether it's from you or your situation, like something out of your control, it doesn't matter what it is. I feel like a lot is changing so that your life's going to have something new in it, something different in it. You can't make the change stop. It's just going to happen. And with the King of Cups is someone who's emotionally mature, balanced. They have their life on track, okay? They're not worried, okay? So you could be really wanting to embody this person in December, and you're doing all this work, you're manifesting, you're taking action because you're like, hey, I want this new year that's coming up. I want to get a head start because I want to be like this mature, responsible person who has their life and their ish together, right? So you're definitely doing that, and I think you're going to be really happy with yourself at the end of this month because it's like, hey, all the people are just starting their resolutions at the end. You already started. You already did the work somewhat. I also want to add on top of this that with Death coming up and the Two of Wands, this also makes me think of not only are you thinking of what you want in your life, you could be thinking of things you need to end. So there could be plans to get rid of stuff as well. Like you could be getting rid of old clothes you never wear because why you're going to keep them if you're never wearing them? This could be getting rid of relationships where you feel like you're being constantly mistreated even though you put effort in to change it, right? This could be changing your job because you don't really see yourself there in the future, and just getting rid of things that don't make you feel like the Nine of Cups, self-satisfied. So I'm going to put down some more cards and see what else comes through for you. Okay, with these cards here, we have fertility, let all take root, seed and sprout, let new life be all about. New beginnings, let this magic in my spell clear the space in which I dwell. And with this cat card here, it says you surround yourself with great companions, friendship. So you guys have a lot of good coming in. So I definitely think you're really smart to be doing things ahead of time, clearing things out, looking at what you want to allow in. And then with these things coming in, we have fertility. So fertility, obviously this could be something literal, as in you're planning to have a pregnancy, you're planning to have a baby, and you might have to clear space out in your house or have a room for the baby separately, right? Stuff like that. But in a non-literal interpretation, because obviously fertility could just be being ready to have many new things in your life. So birthing something new, obviously literally a baby, or having new beginnings, as in a new job, new relationships, moving someplace new. So I think you guys are really trying to bring in a lot of new. And you know what too, I'm noticing with this butterfly, it's blue. And then we have the candy cane, it's blue. And it makes me kind of think of, what is it? It's something borrowed, something blue for marriages, right? But it makes me think of committing to something, committing to a new life. You're marrying the idea of having a new life and doing all the work, not just thinking about it. You're really committing to something and tying the knot and committing to something that you want to happen. So you could be really fertile, as in really abundant, having a lot of opportunities in your life because you want good things. You want to enjoy life, of course, who doesn't? So I think instead of letting yourself sit back and be passive, you're really wanting to move forward in a way where you're very active and you're creating things. If something doesn't work out, you're going to find a way to make that happen. And that's why you're doing everything. You're doing work, rituals, you're doing the magical stuff and the logical stuff because you really want it to happen. And I think the color blue is important in some way. Something about that is also okay, renewal, having something beautiful come into your life, doing the work. Blue is also a really peaceful, calming color. So it could be having a lot of abundance to bring your life into a period where things are calm and collected. Because believe it or not, sometimes having calm and peace is actually a form of abundance, right? No drama is a form of abundance. So that's also something I see. I also feel like you're having a new friend come in here with friendship. And it's funny because we have a cat and then it looks like a chihuahua, a dog and a cat being friends. So you could have a friend come in who is a little different from you, but I feel like it's okay, I need this type of friend because they're a little different from me. They're from a different place from me. So they have a different perspective that could help you and you could help them. You're the different friend for them as well because you're giving them something they don't know about. So you and this person could have a friendship built off of differences. Of course, there's similarities, but your differences could be really great in the relationship because it's hey, I always needed someone like this in my life, but I was always around people who were too similar to me, or they would just kind of agree with me even though they didn't and didn't explain things. So I feel like you could be meeting someone where you both add that thing you need to change or be different in some way by having this relationship that you realize what you need to do differently. I also feel like maybe there's a new friend who's very supportive. Maybe you had friends who didn't support your goals, dreams, and wishes in some way. And then this person comes in and they're hey, you absolutely can do that. Even if it's hard, even if it takes time, even if it doesn't happen. If you like to do that, go ahead and try that dream out. Go ahead and try anyway. So this could be someone like that too, who's making you believe in new beginnings. But overall, you're having a lot of abundance, fertility, to bring many more new things into your life, whether it's, literal things or something more for your future you're trying to create. So I'm going to put down some charms I'm going to pull and see what else comes through for your December. Okay, so we have this clock with the cogs. This came out for group number 2, but it makes me think of timing. So you guys could be very conscious of timing. You could be planning, scheduling things. As I said, like visualizing a lot. But this is also a reminder, like, don't worry too much about time. Of course, it's good to keep to a schedule, have plans, but also don't be afraid if something is pushed a little later or a little sooner. Like, let things happen naturally, and that's going to benefit you. And then we have this rose. So a rose kind of makes me think of like romance or something beautiful is being created, blossoming. So I think you guys could be more beautiful in December. Like, you could glow up in December. Maybe people are complimenting your appearance more. There could be a new beginning in love for some of you as well, with fertility, new beginning. Some of you could be seeing someone new as well. With the owl here, that's talking about wisdom, being powerful. Because I also think of the goddess Athena, right? One of her symbols is an owl. So that could be like having the strength to push through and continue doing what you're doing, but also doing so in a smart way. If you can improve a situation without exerting yourself too much, work smart, not just hard, right? Like, make sure you're directing things in a way that it's using strategy, not just blindly pushing forward. Wait, it says Virgo. Virgo makes me think of, that schedule being organized. So I think you're going to be taking on a lot of aspects of Virgo in December. Some of you guys could be Virgos. But once again, Virgo is obsessed with being like perfect. So you guys can continue to do all this, but don't let yourself be caught up in timing or needing to be perfect for things to work. You have the right mindset compared to many people. So that alone is going to give you a lot of success. And oh my gosh, look, the web appeared for all 3 groups. So this is a message of you're the master, right? You're creating your own web, like a spider weaves their web to catch food to eat. You're also weaving a web to improve your life, to add more to your life. So you could be building something that's going to be giving you a lot more. And we have the duck. This duck makes me think of, like being in a bathtub, relaxing, or some of you guys too, you could have a Jeep, because sometimes people with Jeeps, they'll give other Jeep owners like ducks. It's kind of weird, but it's something I noticed because I know other people who drive Jeeps and like they'll receive ducks. So maybe you're giving someone a duck who owns a Jeep, or you're receiving a duck because you have a Jeep. That's something interesting. And then we have a dragon, I believe. So dragons make me think of wealth. Makes me think of wealth, abundance, not being too obsessed because you have a lot, right? Because sometimes dragons are also related to greed, like in fairy tales or myths. So this is like, you're not greedy, you're finding ways to, get stuff for yourself, but you're not doing it in a way that's like, okay, stingy, you're from a lack mindset. You're manifesting more in your life because you're very open and you're detaching from things. And lastly here, we have the cauldron. So the cauldron also makes me think of manifestation, because it's like you're adding many ingredients to create a potion, or adding many ingredients to make a final recipe, right? So you're adding many things to your pot to create that final product. So honestly, I feel like you guys are very smart and you don't even have to watch this reading, because you're doing everything you need to do. You just have to be careful not to push yourself too hard, not to worry too much, and just do what you do, because you're gonna have things work out for you. And this is talking about a final manifestation, like everything you work towards, everything you put in, coming back to you for a wish come true. So that's what I see for your December group number 3. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you thought about the reading in the comments. If you liked it, consider liking the video, subscribing, hitting the notification bell so you don't miss any other videos like this. But I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye.